Jai Hind. Welcome to all for the new semester. We are starting with second semester, paper 2. I am dealing with So this paper consists of Gymnosperm and Paleobotany, slightly advanced group, then Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are advanced than Bryophytic plants. So in the sequence, you have already studied Bryophytic plants. This year, in the paper 1, you will study Pteridophyte, and Dr. Akhilesh will take your first paper. Then we are dealing with the syllabus. As written over here, 25 plus 75 marks. This year too, it will be 75 for external and 25 for internal, not 100 marks for external. So we will take your internal assessment for 25 marks and 75 will be the final marking in the paper. Then unit 1 consists of general account of gymnosperms. First chapter, general characteristics of gymnosperm. Second, classification of gymnosperm. Third, distribution of gymnosperm with a special reference to India. Then, economic importance of gymnosperm. Origin and evolutionary tendencies in gymnosperm. So this all 5 chapters consists of general account of gymnosperms. Next is unit 2. This is all about unit 1. Unit 2 consists of study of morphology, structure, life history, interrelationship, and phylogeny of following classes with a special reference to the given genera. So those genus provided in your syllabus, you have to study as reference because they are reference genera for each class. The first class, we'll study about the classification. So gymnosperms, with due respect to the recent classification, divided into 3 classes: Cycadopsida, Coniferopsida, and Epidropsida or Gingopsida. So according to classification, so first class is Cycadopsida. We know about the ending Opsida through study of classification of bryophytic plants. Now, first order is Pteridospermales under class Cycadopsida. And you have to study the genus Glossopteris. So, Glossopteris is a fossil genera. And as the name is indicating, Pteridospermales means it is very much similar to Pteridophytes as per fossil records. But spermales is sperm bearing, seed bearing. So this is fossil genera and very close to the previous group of plants, that is Pteridophytes. Second class is Cycadales. Under Cycadales, you have to study Zamia. This is a living plant. Then third order, Cycadiodales. This order is again completely fossil order. It may be called as Benititales according to current classification. You have to study 2 genus under this order, Williamsonia and Cycadioidea. Cycadioidea form genera also called as Benititis. Next, fourth of this class, order Pentoxylales. In this, you have to study the Pentoxylon. This is also a fossil genus. So, Among this Saccharopsida class, 1, 2, 3, and 4 fossil genus you have to study. So we have some fossil samples with us. We'll show you. Next, come to the unit 3. This also consists of genus studies. Second class, Coniferopsida. Under this class, the first order is Chordipteles, in which you have to study the genus Chordiptes. This is also a fossil genus. So 4 genus there and 1, this fossil you have to study, 5 fossil genus. Few records, less record is available, not complete genus record is available. So these genus are very short and we will take less time to study, but carefully we have to study because mixing of the genus takes place. If you say Psychedioidea and Chordites, sometimes we missed Chordites and write about the Psychedioidea in this genus. So we have to study. Now coming to the next order is Ginkgoids, under which you have to study ginkgo. This is a living fossil, means its few species are living. Ginkgo biloba is the common species. Rest of the genus are not present in Ginkgoids. So this is from the past time till date it is present. So that's why it is called as fossil, living fossil. But this is not fossil, it's a living genre. Then next order is Coniferales, under which you have to study 3 genus, Araucaria, Cupressus, and Thuja. Next order is Taxales, under which you have to study genus Taxus. So many genus you have to study this time, not like Bryophyta, only 9 genus you have studied there. Then coming to the next class or the third class of the Gymnosperm, that is Neotopsida, in which you have to study first order Epidrales. The genus is Ephedra. I think you must have studied in the graduation also, Ephedra. So not difficult, you can revise that here. Then Netales, second order. In this you have to study Netum. And the highly evolved genus, the full group is called evolved group of Gymnosperm, because many characters of this class is similar to angiospermic plants. And the most highly evolved genus out of the Gymnosperm is Welwitschia. So 3 genus, this is under order Welwitschia, you have to study. So in all, how many genus you have to study? Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So देखिए पढ़ाई का तरीका है, ये मेमोरी को रखने का तरीका है कि हम लोग काउंटिंग करें. 14 मीन्स इक्वल टू 2 वीक्स. अगर एक दिन में एक जीनस पढ़े तो 2 सप्ताह में हम लोग ये जीनस 2 वीक्स में we complete all this. Let us see how much time we'll take, because college is open, or during holidays you'll try to take your online class, or if college is closed in the evening also we will take your class. Now come to unit 4 and section 2. This is section 1, Neotopsida, and section 2 is paleobotany. Under paleobotany, you have to study 4 important chapters. These chapters are types of fossils, their method of preservation and method of study. As we all know, bryophytic plants have very few fossils. Algae have the least fossils, but Pteridophyta have good fossils, and Gymnosperm has the best fossils, because we are going to study their characters because they are well preserved. So we get more and more fossils from this group. Second is applied paleobotany, which covers carbon dating, paleobotany of coal and petroleum, and paleopalynology. Palynology you have studied in graduation 3rd year. In embryology also you will study palynology. In taxonomy, you will be going to study that palynology in relation to taxonomy. What palynology means? Study of pollen grains. Here we will study paleopalynology, means fossils pollen grains, how they help. We'll go further in detail. Next chapter is a study of Indian fossil flora, and 3 fossils in your course: Gondwana flora, then Rajmahal Hill flora, and Deccan Intertrapian flora. So these flora you have to study. These are fossil records from India. This is with a special reference to India. Gondwana flora is present in India and other countries too. So in brief, I'll tell you about those two. And the last chapter is theory of continental drift. Because when continental drifts has been taken, these genera from Gymnosperms, because they are preserved as fossils, they give good evidences. इनसे हमें proof तथ्य मिलता है. कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट थ्योरी शो करती है कि ये जिस समय डिविजन ड्रिफ्टिंग हुई कॉन्टिनेंट्स की, दीज कॉन्टिनेंट्स पहले एक कंप्लीट अर्थ सरफेस थी, पेंजिया और पेनेशिया का कंसेप्ट था, फिर धीरे धीरे इनमें ड्रिफ्टिंग हुई और ड्रिफ्ट होने से कॉन्टिनेंट्स बनी. नॉर्दर्न और सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में जितने भी कॉन्टिनेंट्स हैं उनमें से आउट ऑफ 7 rest are in northern hemisphere, only one in southern hemisphere, that is Australia. So we will study the theory of continental drift, not continental drift, but theory which has been proven by the evidences from the fossil record of Gymnosperms. Now about internal assessment, we as told you earlier, 25 marks as we are taking regularly. You have to perform a short test or a quiz of 10 marks, long test of 15 marks, or together we can take 25 marks of short and long answer tests. So this is whole about the syllabus. So I have discussed in 5 to 10 minutes. So we are saving the classroom time to discuss over here. Now you can go through these pictures. These pictures are the natural pictures. In the morning, I have taken these pictures and presented here for you. These all are Gymnosperms in my house, in my home garden. One Gymnosperm in your college garden or college middle portion, that is the Cycas. Cycas circinalis is there. These are other Gymnosperm. This is Araucaria, and this is Zamia, Zamia pygmea, short Gymnosperm or the smallest, and this is Zamia microphylla. Leaves are narrow, lanceolated. Leaves are slightly bigger. So these are Gymnosperm. We must see the pictures to identify these. इतने सारे नाम हम लोगों ने पढ़े, उसमें से Araucaria भी आपके कोर्स में है, Zamia is also in your course. Okay, go to the book references now. क्योंकि जब हम लोग ऐसे सिंपली टेक्स्ट स्टडी करते हैं तो वी फील बोरिंग, है ना. सो कहीं कहीं फोटोग्राफ्स और पिक्चर्स और डायग्राम्स ऐड होने चाहिए. तभी हम आपसे कहते हैं कि व्हेन यू अटेम्प्ट द क्वेश्चंस विद डायग्राम्स, तो प्रेफरेंस उनको दीजिए, और नहीं आता है देन यू गो फॉर द written part of the question. Okay, for this paper, these are some 7 books. First book is by Coulter and Chamberlain, 1978. The book name is Morphology of Gymnosperm. You must note down that or go through again. Central Book Depot, Allahabad. The second book is by Chamberlain only. Coulter and Chamberlain also have given the classification. Chamberlain separately given the classification. This book is later published. Gymnosperms, Structure and Evolution. Gymnosperms, Structure and Evolution, CBS publisher and distributor, New Delhi. Third book, Beck, 2006. Origin and Evolution of Gymnosperm. Columbia University Press. The fourth book is by Bhatnagar and Moitra. Bhatnagar and Moitra, 2030, the last publication. And showing. पहले निकल चुके हैं, उनके editions हैं. Gymnosperms by New Age International Publishers. New Age International Publishers, New Delhi. The next book by Goval CM. He is our teacher. He was our teacher, rather to say. He is not now present. Gymnosperms, extinct and extent. Extinct का मतलब fossils और extent का मतलब living. Krishna Prakashan Media Private Limited, Delhi. Then sixth book, which is available in Balia bookshops, Vashishta, Sinha and Kumar. Gymnosperm. Book name is Gymnosperm. S. Chand and Company Limited, Delhi. Next book, Stewart and Rothwell. Stewart and Rothwell. Paleobotany and Evolution of Plants. Cambridge University Press, London. इसका इंडियन एडिशन भी अवेलेबल है, सॉफ्ट कवर. सो दीज आर 7 बुक्स. इनके अलावा भी बहुत सारी बुक्स हैं. लेकिन ये बुक्स में वशिष्ठा में काफी जीनस आपके कवर हो जाएंगे. दोज नहीं होंगे, उनको हम लोग को प्रिपेयर करना है. कलेक्शन ऑफ मटेरियल from different places, and we have to prepare the notes. So this is all about syllabus and references. Now, before going to the chapter, first chapter I'll start today. आपका सारा system आपको पता है. I will give you the seminar topic, definitely. I'm preparing that according to topic wise. So I will share you the document on your WhatsApp group, as well as we'll continue on Tuesday in the classroom if there is no disturbance in the college, because counting time is coming on 10th. If force will come, so we'll take online classes definitely. So I'll send you the document on your WhatsApp group according to topic and name of the student. So you will prepare your notes, and as soon as we will start the seminar also. 1 day seminar or 1 day lecture or seminar, right? So continue with the important topic. First topic, important characters of gymnosperm with a brief introduction of gymnosperm. The word gymnosperm comes from the Greek word gymnos. Gymnos means naked, is without cover. And sperma means seed. So hence known as naked seed plants or gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are the seed producing plants, but unlike angiosperm, they produce seeds without fruits, means without cover of the fruits. Seeds are produced by these plants. अगर शॉर्ट आंसर क्वेश्चन आता है या ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन आता है, आपको चॉइसेस मिले कि इनमें से कौन से सीड प्रोड्यूसिंग फर्स्ट सीड प्रोड्यूसिंग लैंड प्लांट्स हैं, एंड ऑप्शंस आर ब्रायोफाइटा, टेरिडोफाइटा, जिम्नोस्पर्म एंड एंजियोस्पर्म. सो व्हाट यू विल राइट? You may raise your hand or you may write in the chat box, so I'll see. First, seed-bearing land plants. Okay, Sahara, you may unmute yourself and tell me. Yes, Sahara, you may unmute yourself. Answer it. No voice coming. Harish, Harishankar, you may unmute yourself.
Gymnosperm, ma'am.
Gymnosperms. So I think everybody will be agree with that, but I'm not agree with you. First seed-bearing plants are pteridophytes, in which seed habit has been developed in the evolved pteridophytes. So first, है ना, term को ध्यान रखना है. Yes, gymnosperms are seed-bearing plants. If question comes as naked seed-bearing, so we'll write gymnosperm. Because seed-bearing plants are angiosperms too. Okay, so if we say bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperm, angiosperm, pteridophyta, gymnosperm, angiosperm, all three are seed-bearing. Out of pteridophytes, few evolved genus are seed-bearing, in which seed habit or heterospory is developed. Means micro and megaspores are present and they form the seeds also. सो प्लीज, है ना, ध्यान रखेंगे आप लोग. और नेकेड सीड्स आएगा तो जिम्नोस्पर्म और कवर्ड सीड्स आएगा तो एंजियोस्पर्म्स. ओके, गोइंग फर्दर, जिम्नोस्पर्म्स belongs to kingdom Plantae and subkingdom Embryophyta. Embryophyta means they also form embryo. Embryos are formed from the bryophytic plants, also in pteridophytes and gymnosperm. The fossil evidences suggest that they are originated during the Paleozoic era, about 390 million years ago. Paleozoic era is the old era before Mesozoic. So they are originated in Paleozoic but flourished in the Mesozoic, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं Triassic Jurassic period, in which large, tall, huge, giant reptiles, मतलब कौन थे? These giant reptiles, dinosaurs were there. उसी समय gymnospermic plants ज्यादा थी, abundant थी. Okay, now come to important characters of gymnosperms. First deal with the, अब ये पता लगी गया कि these are seed plants. So gymnosperms are those seed plants in which the seeds remain exposed over the surface of megasporophores, because the later are not folded to form the pistil. Megasporophores जो हैं वो form होकर के pistil यानी covered structure नहीं बनाती. तो they are open type of ovules or seed ovules which developed into seeds as it naked seeds or without cover. Gymnosperms are the small group of seed plants which are represented by 900 living species. Gymnosperms are more ancient than the angiosperm. They formed dominant vegetation on Earth about 200 million years ago in Mesozoic era. इस समय ये सबसे ज़्यादा थी. Today they are dominant only in some areas, in cold areas, where instead of rain, snow is the source of water. इनको हम कहते हैं dry snow condition और dry deserts, है ना, या snow deserts जहाँ पर ये होते हैं. तो एटमॉस्फेयर से मॉइस्चर लेते हैं और पानी तभी इनको मिलता है जब स्नोफॉल अच्छी होती है और दैट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू वाटर ग्रेजुअली. एट अदर प्लेसेस दे हैव बीन रिप्लेस्ड बाय एंजियोस्पर्म्स. तो कोल्ड एरियाज में प्रेजेंट हैं, पहली बात. दूसरा, ये वार्मर एरियाज में है ओनली इन फ्यू रीजन्स, एज Cycus circinalis restricted to South India. Others are cultivated species only. We are planting them into the pots or gardens. Then Araucaria, also shown you. It's a native of South America, New Zealand, and East Australia. Example is Araucaria heterophylla, which I have shown you in the picture also. The third point is all gymnosperms are perennial. Perennial बहुवर्षीय होते हैं and woody, forming either bushes or trees. Some of these are very large and live for thousands of years. और अभी भी हैं. Out of which Sequoia sempervirens is the tallest and oldest one. It is tallest and having 111.6 meter of height. And the smallest gymnosperms, Gymia pygmea, only about 26 centimeters tall. तो इतने छोटे से इतने बड़े तक 116 meters is quite good height. So you can see in the pictures. आप इसको सर्फ भी कर सकते हैं by name. क्वेश्चन भी पूछा जाता है कंपटीशन के हिसाब से. टॉलेस्ट, ओल्डेस्ट, सो दिस इज प्रेजेंट इन कैलिफोर्निया, दिस इज ओल्डेस्ट वन. ये है ना सिकोया स्पीशीज. पाइन इज ऑल्सो टॉल बट शॉर्टर देन द सिकोया, सो सिमिलर टू, वेरी मच सिमिलर टू पाइन. अब आप इसे कंपैरेटिव दिखाया है पिक्चर में कि मीन्स ह्यूमन बीइंग इज सो स्मॉल अगेंस्ट दिस स्टेम ऑफ. देखिए इतनी गिर्थ है इसकी, और इतनी गिर्थ का मतलब चौड़ाई या गोलाई की, जिसके बीच में से रोड बनाई गई है ना. रोड इज पासिंग थ्रू द गिर्थ. सो दिस इज इन कैलिफोर्निया. आप ढूंढ सकते हैं, पूछा भी जाता है कभी कभी. एंड दिस इज ज़ैमिया पिग्मिया. मैंने आपको घर का भी दिखाया था, ये नेट से मैंने लिया है आपके लिए फ्रॉम गूगल इमेजेस. तो इट इज ऑल्सो बुशी, वेरी टफ. इसको हम लोग कभी कभी हार्डवुड पाम भी कहते हैं, बट दिस इज नॉट पाम, है ना. पाम जनरली बिलोंग्स टू एंजियोस्पर्म, है ना. आप पढ़ेंगे टेक्सोनॉमी, फैमिली पामी और एरेसी. तो यहाँ पर ये जो है, ये इनको पाम क्यों कहते हैं, क्योंकि इसकी लीव्स जो है काफी हार्ड होती है और ड्राई होने के बाद हार्डवुड जैसी दिखाई देती हैं, टूट जाती हैं, बिकॉज इट्स अ प्लांट अगर हम टूर करें, लेकिन बहुत ही हार्ड होती हैं, फाइब्रस भी होती हैं. दिस इज द कोन ऑफ ज़ैमिया. सो ये आपको डिटेल में पढ़ना है, तो हम लोग केवल पिक्चराइज देख रहे हैं, तो यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई दीज प्लांट्स. अगर आप गार्डन विजिट करें या कहीं जाएं, आपने हो सकता है कुछ बच्चों ने घरों में लगा रखा हो. Next point is flowers are absent because we have studied naked seeds are present, naked ovules are present. Two types of sporophylls are present. One called microsporophylls, another called megasporophylls. है ना. जहां भी माइक्रो एंड मेगा टर्म आती है मतलब हीट्रोस्पोरी है ना. हीट्रोस्पोरी का मतलब दो तरह के मेल और फीमेल स्ट्रक्चर्स फॉर्म होते हैं. टेरिडोफाइट में इनको मेगास्पोर्स और माइक्रोस्पोर्स कहते हैं. तो दे आर यूजुअली एग्रीगेटेड. ये जो स्पोरोफिल्स हैं ये एग्रीगेट होकर के कोन्स बनाती हैं, जिनको हम मेल कोन और फीमेल कोन कहते हैं. साइकस को छोड़ करके, साइकस में फीमेल कोन नहीं बनता, मेल कोन प्रेजेंट होता है. आपके कॉलेज में लगा हुआ है, उसमें फीमेल कोन स्ट्रॉबेलिस की फॉर्म में होता है, जिनको हम मेगास्पोरोफिल्स या मेगास्ट्रॉबेलिस कह सकते हैं. वो कोन नहीं बनाती. तो एक तरह से सिंपल स्पोरोफिल के स्टॉक पे या उसके अपर पोर्शन में ओव्यूल्स का फॉर्मेशन होता है. सीड्स डू नॉट अकर इनसाइड अ फ्रूट, दे आर नेकेड. A distinction of ovary style and stigma is not present. So just like higher angiospermic plants, so carpel is not present. Ovules are orthotopous type and sessile. They are not having the stalk. Each ovule is surrounded by 3 layers of integument. If we study about angiospermic plants having 2 integuments. Testa integument, here 3 integuments are present. Female gametophyte contains archegonia. आर्किगोनिया फीचर जो है कहाँ का इंपॉर्टेंट है, यू रिमेंबर ब्रायोफिटिक प्लांट्स. टेरिडोफाइट में रिड्यूस होता चला गया, और जिम्नोस्पर्म में सब में वेल डेवलप नहीं होते आर्किगोनिया, लेकिन प्रेजेंट होते हैं. आर्किगोनियल फीचर इज रिटेन्ड बाय द जिम्नोस्पर्म्स. Pollination is direct as the stigma is absent and the pollen grains directly reach to the micropylar end. तो ovule के micropyle पे सीधे पहुंचते हैं. The pollination is usually anemophilous type, that is the wind pollination. Male gametophyte produce only 2 male gametes or called as sperms. Generally one of them is functional, है ना. 2 बनते हैं, वैसे एक ही फंक्शनल रहता है, जबकि लोअर ग्रुप्स में जितने भी बनेंगे मेल gametophyte और मेल sperms, they all male gametes, they all are functional. And external water is not required for transport of male gametes. Instead, a pollen tube is formed by the male gametophyte for effecting fertilization, called as siphonogamy. Then seeds contain a food-laden tissue or endosperm for future growth of embryo. तो इसमें एंडोस्पर्म प्रेजेंट होता है, एम्ब्रियो सीडलिंग्स में डेवलप हो, दिस एंडोस्पर्म सपोर्ट द टिश्यू रिप्रेजेंट्स द फीमेल gametophyte. Now coming to another point, like pteridophytes, xylem does not possess vessels except in some gametophytes. Next point is phloem is without companion cells and seed tubes. Phloem में companion cells and seed tubes नहीं present होती हैं. Seed cells are not arranged end to end in a row. Vascular tissue are arranged into vascular bundles like angiosperm. Vascular bundles present होते हैं, xylem and phloem both are arranged in vascular bundle. Vascular bundles of the stem are open type, so that secondary growth is quite common. Open का मतलब इनमें कैम्बियम present होती है और secondary growth पाई जाती है. लेकिन कैम्बियम की एक्टिविटी लंबे समय तक नहीं चलती, हर बार न्यू कैम्बियम का फॉर्मेशन होता है. इफ इट टेक्स लॉन्गर पीरियड, सो कंटिन्यूअस सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ इज देयर एज इन coniferopsida group in which pine is there. Then the two terms comes towards the wood. Wood क्या है? Xylem. तो wood दो तरह की है, मेनोजाइलिक एंड पिक्नोजाइलिक. Menoxylic wood is not compact due to presence of well-developed pith and cortex and broad medullary rays. तो ये compact नहीं होती, Menoxylic light होती है, porous होती है. Pycnoxylic wood is compact as pith and cortex are reduced and medullary rays are narrow. तो Menoxylic usually cycas में और Pycnoxylic usually pinus में present होती है. So this is all about today's lecture. General characteristics, because sometimes the question comes from write 5 important characteristics or 5 distinguishing characteristics of gymnosperm. So you will prepare 3 marks question from this. ये general लिया है हमने, इसमें कुछ distinguishing characters हैं जिनको आप कर लेंगे. जैसे first character है naked seeds are present, second character है reproductive organs or megaspore, microsporophyll compact into forming the cones. Third, Menoxylic, Pycnoxylic wood is present. Then fourth, they are hard and bushy, tree-like. And next is one more character of gymnosperm, which I have told you, vessels are absent. So as in angiosperm, vessels are present. In pteridophytes, no vessels. Gymnosperm, no vessels. But higher gymnosperm like Netum, Welwitschia, and Ephedra, they have started the development of vessels. Primary type of vessels are present, so it is very close to the angiospermic plants. If you have any question, you may write in the chat box. We have 4 minutes to discuss. This is the simplest chapter of any paper, important characteristics of plants. इसी में से आप लोग अगर competition दे रहे हैं, नेट की preparation कर रहे हैं, so you may prepare the notes, 1 mark question out of this chapter. If any question, you may raise your hand or you may write in the chat box. I think हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, no need to share on the YouTube because those who are active and connected to us attending the class. Any query? Okay, then see you in the next class and ready for Dr. Raghav's class after 20 minutes. Jai Hind.